That's right. Coming up, we are at Pyramid Atlantic. We are learning how contemporary art is made by using vintage machines. All that and more right after this. Welcome back to Great Day, Washington. This morning we are coming to you live from Hyattsville at Pyramid Atlantic. We're taking a look at some awesome machinery here, some vintage machinery. We've got Kate, the executive director. How do you formulate what this is? What's the mission of Pyramid Atlantic?
Yeah, so we're a resource for both artists and community members, and they can come here and take a class. They can do an artist residency. We have exhibitions, all sorts of great things for artists and beginners alike to do here.
And what's cool about it is you guys really do utilize those vintage machines. Why do we do this?
Well, it's an interesting idea and a mashup of making, like you said, new art on old, obsolete machinery. So, and we love getting our hands inky, getting it in the pulp, and making things with our hands. It's really satisfying.
Okay, and I love it here. You might notice, and I'll let James stop doing this real quick, because this is a very old machine, which means there aren't many safety features.
No, you basically just have to keep your hands out of it, and you'll be fine. But if you don't do that, it's happy to chew on you until you stop. So,
all right.
I'm going to take off my old guy glasses here.
Please do. Well, let's walk and talk a little bit here. So why is it important to continue to utilize these vintage machines?
Well, I think if you're a graphic designer, it's great because you find out how they used to do it, and so you really have an appreciation for computers. You don't just hit return. You have to fill out space with something physical. You have to, God, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate what came before so you know where you're going, basically. And this gives you an opportunity to really live the same way they did it. You have to set it the same way they did it. You have to print it the same way they did it. There's no shortcut. You either do it or you don't.
And it becomes a very tangible experience versus what we're used to.
There's a tactile aspect to it, too, which you can actually feel where the impression is in the paper, whereas offset, like any magazine, it's just flat, it's boring. But this stuff you want to rub on your face. It just feels so good.
It's beautiful. And I want to talk to Nina here. She's one of the apprentices for the letterpress. So why was it important you to learn how to do this, Nina?
Well, I came to Pyramid Atlantic as a writer, actually, and I'd wanted to work with visual arts in my writing. And if you're trying to do that with a traditional press, it's pretty expensive and difficult to put writing and art together. And so I came to Pyramid to learn how to do that and ended up learning about a lot of other kinds of visual arts also.
It's cool. And right here, this is it?
Yeah, that's the finished book.
Look at this. Are you proud of it?
I am proud of it, and I worked with an artist from Halifax on putting it together, so this let me collaborate with other visual artists also.
It's beautiful. Well, I'll let you get back to work over here. So guys, Pyramid Atlantic in Hyattsville, we're going to continue to be here all morning. Next up, maybe some paper making. We'll see, but definitely more right after this. Kristen? Welcome back to Great Day, Washington. So we're learning about paper making this morning. We're at Pyramid Atlantic in Hyattsville. We got Laura here. So what sort of material are you using to make paper this morning?
So this is all paper pulp, and some of it is raw cotton, and some of it has been recycled from old linen clothing.
No way.
Yeah.
So like my jeans, once they're old, I could turn them into you, and you could make Christmas cards or something?
That's right. Yep. Yeah. It's pretty easy. You can do it at home, even in a blender, but we use a big, giant industrial blender over there to do it.
This is really cool. Now, paper making, it's been around quite some time.
Yeah, thousands of years. And the methods we use today are pretty true to what they did in ancient times.
I love it. Yeah. And, Gretchen, this is sort of what you guys do here. You take those old techniques, but you use them in a modern and contemporary way.
That's right. And it's interesting because we see artists who come in every day and folks who come in and they say, oh my gosh, I sit in front of my computer every day, and getting my hands in the pulp, making something with my hands, having a physical experience is really, really satisfying to them.
It is satisfying. I had fun giving it a little try myself. Now let's go over to Emar over here. He's doing like screen printing. Now when I think of screen printing, I normally think it's something quite simple, but somehow you've made it more complex.
Well, it's simple and complex too. I mean, it's very old technique, but I try to innovate and do things, try to push the limits all the ways. So.
And you've got a beautiful piece over here. I don't know if Dave can get a shot of that. So who is this lovely lady?
It's a portrait of Josephine Baker, and it's 18 colors, which is the most I've ever done. Kind of.
It's beautiful, and it's layered. No, I mean, so how long would it take for this from start to finish with 18 different colors?
It took about a month.
About a month.
About a month, yeah.
See, All right, thank you so much, Imar. And she's absolutely beautiful, so stick around here. We've got a little bit more to explore this morning. Let's send it back to the studio. Hey, coming up, we are getting a lesson in screen printing from the man right here, Imar. Don't go away. I'll tell you what, if you're looking to really get into the art scene, this is an incredible place to come because you're surrounded by artists and artisans and apprentices, and we've got Imar here. We met him a little bit earlier on, but screen printing, it's something that seems very basic, but somehow you've made it very complex.
Well, I've kind of done that. You know, they're all different, but this one has more colors than I've ever done before, which is 18 colors. So it's quite a challenge, but it's rewarding at the end. You know.
Well, and that's right. And, you know, pushing the boundaries with art, I'm going to let you continue to work. I'm going to stop over here and talk to Kate real quick because the building that all this is located in, where everything's taking place, has a lot of history, not just historic machinery, which we saw on the front end of the show today, but this goes way back.
Absolutely. This building has a really rich history. We've only been here for about 3 years, and we love the neighborhood. We love Hyattsville. But before Pyramid was here, let me see if I can recount all of the many things. It was a jail briefly. It was a duck pin bowling alley. It was a silent movie house. And it was just really, it was basically abandoned for 40 years before Pyramid worked with the city of Hyattsville to be here. So it's a great space. It's a creative space. And when we did the renovation, we tried to leave as much of the history showing as we possibly could. So,
and we weren't able to head upstairs, but if you do go up there, you can see the remnants of what this building used to be on so many different counts. It's a beautiful building, and the best part is people can come here and be a part of this. They can take classes, they can learn, they can embrace art and culture.
We also do about 8 to 10 art exhibitions every year, and those are all free, open to the public. People can just wander through and see what's on our walls. We love to party. We have a great time. We have wonderful art.
Party?
We do. So we have 8 art openings each year, and they're, again, free. We have DJs. It's quite a scene. So please come join our mailing list, follow us on social media, and see what's next at Pyramid.
Okay, you know, thank you so much for having us out today. We had an absolute blast. So you guys put this on your list of things to do in 2019. In fact, put it right at the top of it. Listen it back to Kristen and Marquette in the studio.